Nyesom Wike and Fubara have settled, and I'll tell you this for free. Nyesom Wike is the biggest hypocrite in the whole of the Nigerian politics. The biggest hypocrite. For me, in my own humble opinion, a lot of politicians should run away from Wike because he has a snake-like character. Not just that, he lies and he abuses power, and he's an oppressor, obviously. Now, I'll play some videos to back that up. But before that, you see Fubara, I honestly wish I can write to social media, Instagram, Facebook, and everywhere so that I will not see his face again. Fubara is not supposed to hold power. He's supposed to be a dinner man serving dinner somewhere. It is what it is at the end of the day. So they said they've settled. But I'll start with this video before I tell you why, to make it make sense, why I say Wike is an hypocrite.
Nobody can take away the role my other played as the truth. Yeah, we have our differences that led to this effect. Nobody here will say he doesn't know the role the man played. Nobody will say he doesn't. Nobody can whiz away the risks he took. Yes, at the point we have our differences. And if today there is need for us to settle, please.
Now, if you listen to the video properly, you'll see the way Fubara called him his Oga. You know that Fubara sound is tired. They don't jike and finish. So my question to Wike, before I play the other video, my question to you is, when does it stop? This thing you did to Fubara, when does it stop? When do you leave Rivers State alone for a governor to do his free mind in Rivers State? When does this whole thing stop? Will the next governor face the same thing? Do you understand? Will the next governor face the same thing? And you, Nyesom Wike, this is why I say you're an hypocrite. Because you said that when you leave power, you are just going to carry your bag and leave Rivers State. It's so surprising that that's godfatherism you claim you fought against when Ambode was the governor in Lagos State. When Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, they match Ambode, they show and pepper. You came out to kick against Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu on godfatherism. And today, that is exactly who you are. But guess what? Since Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the president, what do I ever expect from you? Somebody that said when he finishes his own tenure as a governor, he's going to leave. But till today, he's still there. That's number one. That's why I say the hypocrisy. But I'll still show you another hypocrisy again.
Give God the glory that today is the 26th of June 2025, that peace has finally returned to the state. All agreed to work together with the governor, and the governor also agreed to work together with all of us who are members of the same political family. Yes, just like humans, you will have a disagreement, and then you also have a time to also settle.
So suddenly they've made peace and he's ready to work with Fubara again. Well, as for me, peace. Now, when two people decide to agree, say this is how they want to work, two of them get say. But it does not look like people made peace. It looked like people bullied and oppressed Fubara, and he had no choice. He had absolutely no choice but to agree. But this is the same you again when they asked you.
Minister, if push comes to shove, right?
Yes.
Would you side with Governor Sim Fubara?
To do what?
If to settle this cause,
what is
because if the Igbo and the Ogoni people say they must have it, would you be on the side of governor? Considering that you were the one who raised
No, don't use that word. I will never support Fubara in my political life again.
Why?
No, I won't do that. Anybody knows me.
Is your political godson?
No, please, sir, I will not do that. I'm not, you see, that's what people should know me. I'm not the man who deals with left. I won't do that. Anybody knows that.
After all these things you said, you still come back, go make peace with them. Now, my purpose of making all this video, apart from showing you that Nyesom Wike is an hypocrite, is to let you all know, to the youth, when they say, these politicians are saying you people are the leaders of tomorrow. You people are not leaders of any tomorrow. Take it from me. The new guys keep going under these people's umbrella. Somebody like Fubara is a new guy that's younger than most of them. But guess what? He's been put under. He does not have a say. The godfatherism is still there. So when is the leaders of tomorrow? When are the leaders of tomorrow finally going to come into politics and say that this is what we want to do for the country? Let's at least try our own best in our own free will, in our own free thinking. Fubara tried, see where they shove him. All of them joined head together. They bullied him, state of emergency, they frustrated him. That's what they did to Fubara. Now, only this country, the youths where they call leaders of tomorrow, will not have a key political position. Guess what they'll give to them? SSC. That's why I hate that post more than anything. SSC, Senior Special Assistant, Senior Special Advisor. What are you advising? What are you advising? You advise old men. No, the old men supposed to advise you. And the older men not supposed to be the Senior Special Advisor where they talk for your ear. Just like that time during monarchy. You know, they see people that advise king. The king's right hand. You know, this is an OG. Even if you be young, you be brain box. Normally, now young people supposed to be power. Then your senior special advisor go be. Okay. Let's say the people in power are supposed to be the mixture of young and old, because a lot of these young people can get carried away, and sometimes if I even fear for them, because these days all of them are just looking for the best opportunity to steal. But let's go back. Senior special advisor is supposed to be a post where old man and young man go carry. An old man where don't do into politics for a long time, where get experience. Then a young boy where, of course, in get eye for project and need to see what they happen around the world so that they can come in and incorporate. But here you go. It is what it is at the end of the day. This country, they keep on recycling themselves. All these old guys, they'll keep on recycling themselves. Anyways, may God help Nigeria. And as for Seminala Fubara, to be very honest, sir, with no due respect, I am disappointed in you, and it's just so sad that I thought you were a fighter and you were going to fight, because you fighting or standing up against these guys would have been a new dawn in the Nigerian politics. But of course, it is fine, Sha.
The suspended governor of Rivers State, Wike and Fubara, Your Excellency, sir, please accept our sympathies. Our thoughts and prayers are with you for this one where you did so. Congratulations, Mr. Governor, on your new peace accord and reconciliation. For this peace where we don't go put yourself, so it is our prayer that this your new peace and reconciliation will favor you and your administration. So congratulations, Your Excellency. My dear great people of Rivers State, my country people, make una listen to me very well. Oh. You see Rivers State, so Rivers State needs deliverance from the ghost and spirits of informal governor, and only the people of Rivers State can decide to rise up and deliver themselves. And the greatest and only deliverance we wanna fit do for ourselves now to join this our fight for electoral reform to fix INEC. Because hear me very well, now INEC be the main weapon that is fashioned against Rivers State and all of us as Nigerians. All this arrogance and pride where you they see politicians that they do so is because they know there is a criminal INEC and a corrupt judiciary to weaponize against the people. If to say no be INEC, and if INEC they do what they're supposed to do, Rivers State people get the brain to be able to elect their governor. Not be one person go come decide say na him be Almighty God, na him be principality, na him go choose this, na him go choose this. Now wow, Rivers State, it's like not be politician when I get again, na God na him there for that Rivers State. Now people make una shine on our eye. You see, so all this wahala between former Governor Wike and Governor Fubara, where they talk until finally President Tinubu suspend them. When I was talking, Nigerians say it is agreement between Godfather and Godson. What be the agreement will be agreement? So it is agreement on how to share the resources of Rivers State people, how to embezzle and share resource and allocate resources to themselves that belong to the Rivers State people. And instead of the people who have the right to speak up for themselves, to wake up and say this is not right, they say no, now agreement is agreement. So we agree to make them continue to they share resources amongst themselves and their families while the people continue to suffer. And of course, for Rivers State, there is enough resources to waste. The state get enough money to waste. And if you want to thief as a politician, there is enough money for you to thief. Since 1999, every former governor of Rivers State don't run for president. Sapita Otunanya Odili, Rotimi Amechi, former governor Wike. Unfortunately, Wike Fubara now they come suspend them. And in all now they say they don't do reconciliation and peace. And according to the reports, if they are true, they say for the peace agreement, so him no go back for second term. And the way the thing be now is like not only he's not just suspended governor, he's also the PA to Minister for FCT on burial affairs, because now that they waka go. A governor who was elected like the president is moving around like a captured citizen around the former governor because they do not want to follow the due process. And then according to the suspension and according to the report where they bring, they say if we lift your suspension, you go be governor, finish your tenure, but another person go appoint who go be local government chairperson. Nigeria, we are in crisis. We are in an existential crisis, and we must fight for our own lives. The same APC government where they claim say that they bring local government autonomy. Look at the hypocrisy. The same APC now be the one where they reach agreement, say another person go be governor. They no go do election, but another person go choose who go be local government chairman. Ori buruku lenshe, oshilenshe. Now him make I been they tell una that time when they suspend governor, Nigerians they argue, is it legal? Is it illegal? President Tinubu not suspend Rivers governor because he thinks it is illegal or legal. He did it because he knows he can do it and nothing will happen. He get places where he no go fit trial. But unfortunately for the president and the APC supporters, they don't know say power is transient. No matter how long you stay, you go come out. Tomorrow, another governor or another president fit come, suspend Lagos State governor, carry one Igede man, come make sole administrator. Now that time APC supporters will start to shout, Yoruba no Yoruba rota, or Shilenshe. The injustice you support, you can become a victim of tomorrow. You can deceive everybody, but not me. In Nigeria today, there is no rule of law. It is the people in power who are the constituted authority. It is the president that is the rule of law. That is why even to ratify state of emergency, National Assembly no use two-third majority. They use voice vote. It is a clash of the constitution as we did so today. So instead of us to follow rule of law, we are using illegality to cure illegality. That is why Nigeria is in a corruption and criminality Armageddon. My dear people, we must shine our eye. We must mount our guard to fix elections before 2027. If not, this one are testing the microphone. Oh. They are desperate to destroy the entire system to consolidate their own power. We must unite and occupy National Assembly. There must be an electoral revolution in Nigeria. If you want Nigerians to be free of these charlatans and shenanigans, there must be free and fair elections. Let the people vote for their leaders that they chose to. Not be one person go sit down. They determine how the lives of 10 million people go control. Hey, Nigeria, shame on democracy for Nigeria. This is what we call democracy. Nigerians, Senate go soon start a session on electoral reform, a public hearing. They no one do electronic transmission of result, but they go do them. Fellas say they no one take on board, them take on. We must mount there. All of you join this call. If not, now so we go continue to look. Now express we don't finally enter. Congratulations, Governor Seri0us Tr0uble. May this peace favor you and your administration and the good people of Rivers State.
The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Wike, has denied online reports claiming he allocated 2,000 hectares of land in prime Abuja districts like Maitama and Asokoro to one of his sons. On Thursday, a report by People's Gazette alleged that Wike allocated 2,082 hectares of prime land in Abuja worth an estimated $3.6 billion to his son, Joaquin Wike. The report claimed that the allocations were made through a company called Jack Farms and Estates Limited. The Gazette further alleged that Wike personally signed multiple certificates of occupancy for his son's company and bypassed regulations by not paying ground rent, registration, or survey fees, which would contravene the Code of Conduct for public officers. Wike's media aide, Larry Olayinka, denied the allegations, dismissing the report as falsehood and malicious, asserting that not even a single plot of land has been allocated to any of the minister's children. Olayinka clarified that while Jack Farms and Estates Limited is a duly registered company that received a land allocation in Wari Area Council, it was solely for agricultural purposes. He challenged the publishers of the report to provide concrete evidence of any land allocation bearing the names of Wike's children. Let me take this tweet from Mezie, who wrote, "Now, who owns Jack Farms and Estate Limited? Why did Wike refuse to throw more light on the company, Jack Farms and Estate Limited, that he allocated the land to for agricultural purposes? Why did Wike give shallow response? Why did he not say the company in question has nothing to do with him or any of his family members? He allocated public land to a company registered by his son for agricultural purposes, while millions of genuine and real farmers in Nigeria are gnashing their teeth looking for land for their genuine farming projects. Is Wike's son a farmer? Does he farm in Nigeria all the way from UK where he resides? What happens to Wike allocating land to genuine and real farmers who produce real and genuine food for the nation? Does he think we are daft? That's the question from Mezie Vimbai.
Well, I think we've seen a number of issues this week where the response has been these documents are fake. Yes. And I just ask myself, is this how bad things have gotten? That all the documents, or so many documents that are purported to be either court documents or CAC documents and so forth, now land documents, and are being said to be fraudulent. I mean, it means we must have some very, very creative, can I call them content creators in this country who are specializing in creating very believable fraudulent documents. Now, I know people dug deeper into the CAC and they found that one of the Rivers State House of Reps members is registered as one of the owners of this Joac Farms, excuse me, that the farm within the company within just 2 weeks of being registered was allotted 400 plots of land. So there are so many discrepancies in this. But the real question is, why distance yourself from part of it and not all of it, if truly there isn't an element of truth to it? And I think that's why I love investigative journalism, and that's why investigative journalism is under attack. Because you find that these people do the good work of unearthing. I always wonder, how do they do? I'm not investigative to this sense. You know, I can't go in and dig stuff up. But there are people who specialize in being able to dig anything up of this nature, and the documents look irrefutable. So you know, if it is a fraudulent fake story, then I'm looking forward to some sort of libel case or something of that to refute this. But to the publishers of the story. But it looks extremely compelling beyond reasonable doubt.
A quick comment from both. I think we'll find wanted to speak quickly.
Okay, what I want to say is this. I did do some investigative work and I dug into this. What People's Gazette said is that they have a cache of files. They've not released all the files. This is just one out of batch, 1,000, you know the way they name batches of files. They have about 5, but they said there was one that they couldn't lay their hands on. So it behoves on People's Gazette to bring out the remaining cache of files if they have their facts as they claim. But this one that was released is a very interesting, curious case for me. Number one, the fact that this company was registered on the 10th of October, 2024, and 7 days after, there was a grant of that land. And please, Nigerians, let's do this test. You can go ahead for the fun of it, register a company today and try to get land allocation in Abuja, and let's see how the process goes if it's going to go for 7 days. I think that's the first place to go for. I mean, if that's the way it is, that means it's very efficient, you know. So, but I think Nigerians register companies and go soup for land allocation. That's number one part for me. Secondly, in Larry Olayinka's response, he didn't deny the allocation. He didn't deny that allocation was not given there, but he said it was for agricultural purposes. What we should scrutinize now is what are the processes involved in allocation of land for agricultural purposes? 2, what about the issues of the ground rent? 3, who are the promoters of this whatever farms company? 4, and let's also see a transparent paper trail as regards this. And the 5th most important point is premium times. The other cache, I say premium times,
it's People's Gazette,
Gazette. The other cache of documents they say they have, let us bring it out. Let us also subject those documents, to forensic evaluation, so we can also get both parts out, just for the sake of, public scrutiny.
And we just must stay with the principles again. Now, in a matter like this, it is the person that alleges that must prove. Nigeria runs a prosecutorial system, not an accusatorial system. In the French system, they have a accusatorial system. If they accuse you of something, you must come and prove your innocence. But in our own case here, it's the person who alleges that must come and prove. The onus is not on Nyesom Wike to come and prove anything. The onus is on those people who are alleging that he has given over 2,000 square meters of land to his son to provide the evidence. If they do not have that evidence, they will be guilty of bringing up a malicious and vexatious issue. That's number 1. Number 2, they are accusing Joachim Wike's son of having collected 2,000 square meters from his father. How old is Joachim Wike? If he's of age, he has a right to own property once he follows due process. Whether he's Wike's son or not is completely immaterial. Everyone under the Constitution of Nigeria has a right to property. So that's another thing that those who are alleging must prove. The 3rd point that is also relevant here is about procedures, which is one of the points that Rufai raised. That, okay, if you apply for land, they won't give you within 1 week. But in this case, it looks like it was an expedited process. Those who are alleging must also prove that. Now, you raised the question. You did. You said they looked at the documents, one man, one company, or one lawmaker in Rivers, right? But they didn't find Wike's son's name there. Yesterday, in another case of land grabbing involving Mr. Peter Obi, I quoted Solomon and Solomon, an 1896 case with regard to the law of real property, which I studied that subject many years back, over 30 years ago. Now, the thing is that you can lift the veil. Have they lifted the veil to establish that it's Wike's son? So, fair is fair. We do not support frivolous, vexatious allegations, even while you make a case for investigative journalism. Even investigative journalism should be anchored on the foundation of responsible journalism.
Well said,
as Francis
Martin.
C.S. Merrill argued in his book of the same title.
Well said. Again, he who alleges must prove. So we're waiting for
facts,
more details.
Otherwise,
we will report on the story.
Alright guys, thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. And please, my love, don't forget to turn on the post notification bell so that you'll be the first to be notified whenever I post a video. I love you. See you in my next video. Bye.